All right, everyone, who's ready to get started with Shopify today? So today's workshop is actually one of my favorite ones that I get to present. It's really interesting because I'm able to go ahead and do this live with you. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the best part of this presentation is that it's not a presentation. So it's not a deck. It's not something I'm just going to show you, or it's not a pre-recorded video or anything like that. It's actually us walking through everything, we're going to walk through every step of the way. So by a show of hands or by a show here in the chat, how many of you already have Shopify stores or are currently looking into opening your store? Let's go ahead and see what the chat says. All right, some people have one. All right, great. Look at that. Haven't officially launched. It looks like we have people here from every stage. And that's what I love about my job at Shopify, is that I'm able to help people who are either in the idea phase all the way to a multi-million-dollar company and they're looking for special integrations or anything like that. So us at Shopify LA, for those of you who don't know, Shopify LA is a physical location in downtown Los Angeles where we're able to host one-on-one interactions with our merchants. It's an amazing place where we hold classes, we hold events, all sorts of things like that. We have also growth labs. They're like master classes as well, where you can go in and we have an industry expert come in and teach for about 2.5 hours, which is really great. So today, it's going to be more of an intro for Shopify, and it's going to be a great explanation as to what collections are, how you actually upload products, how to start a trial, everything you'll need, how to set up your domain, how to set up your settings. So it's definitely going to be a great time. And let me see, we got Candice who just switched from Squarespace. That's awesome. Candice needs help. We will have Max in the chats. So if you see Max Siegel in the chat, that is my colleague, and he'll be able to answer any questions. I'll try to do my best to go ahead and keep an eye on the chat, but for the most part, I will be presenting this live. So definitely do that. Max, if you want to go ahead and drop just the Calendly or just drop la.shopify, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much. So people can actually start going to la.shopify.com. You can see what we offer. You can see what we do. And you might even book a workshop, a class, or maybe even a one-on-one. So those are really great. Thank you, Max. All right, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And like I mentioned, this is going to be fully live. The moment my screen share comes up on the screen, we will be the same size. So click on the actual screen share and it'll maximize it in your screen, okay? So as soon as I do that, go ahead and maximize the window. And it should be above me, below me, or somewhere around here. And of course, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and head to shopify.com. And I'm going to start my 10th or 11th store. Who knows how many stores are under my email, but we're definitely going to walk through this. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I make up a password. And this is basically all you need to go ahead and get started, right? Now, I get a lot of questions sometimes about your store name. Now, what you input in this box, it won't necessarily stick with you. It'll just create a username. It's called your myshopify.com URL. That's what we use as a username to go ahead and identify your store and your unique account. So don't worry if your name's already taken, it's not the end of the world because we will be able to go ahead and add a custom domain after this, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna build a store about cats, okay? So cats are awesome, they're low maintenance, they're not like dogs, you have to walk them every day, they kind of just roam around your house. So if there's any cat lovers in here, drop a cat emoji. I don't even know if emojis are supported here. So I'm gonna do, I love cats. All right, there you go. And we're gonna get started. Okay. Tell me I have too many already. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the first screen we're gonna go ahead and see. It's creating a store real quick. It might ask you a couple questions if you're a beginner, if you're, if you already have, give me 1 second. I should have done this. Apologies, everyone. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen really quick. Apologize for the convenience, just a little technical issues here. Right. But basically, I'm just creating everything again. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as soon as this is set up. Perfect. Okay. All right, everyone. So if you want to go ahead and maximize the window again, it's creating my store from scratch. So the first thing you'll notice that it's going to ask you a little bit about what you do. Do you already sell things? Do you have an idea? Do you have a product? Do you have a supplier? Things like that. So everyone's in a different phase. So just go ahead and answer these to the best of your abilities. Let me see. I'm not selling any products yet. This is going to be my first time. My current revenue is $0. I just started my cat company. I have a couple samples, have a couple shirts. I want to get it off the ground. And what industry will I be operating in? In this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose clothing. And I'm not designing it for anyone. And of course, you always have the option of skipping this option if you just want to go ahead and start building. But this is great to have tailored a tailored experience for you. We do have tutorials, we do have help articles, things like that we throw your way. So definitely, I recommend that you fill this out. And great. Just gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, and this is the actual address for the LA store. And I'm just going to put that. Perfect. All right, now let's go ahead and get going. Perfect. Does this look familiar to anyone? All of you who have Shopify stores already, this should look very familiar. All right, so this is what we call the actual home, the admin. We have cards here, things that are related to your store, the amount of days left on your trial. Your trial just started, so it'll go ahead and tell me here. And then here is where we go ahead and have like our to-dos, right? So we have to add products, customize themes, add a domain, and set up payments. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're actually going to start adding a product. Okay. So say I love cats. So I was like, all right, cool. Maybe other people like cats. I'm going to go ahead and start a cat t-shirt, right? So I created a t-shirt and I'm like, all right, I got my samples done. I got everything ready. So let's go ahead and add a product. Now there's two ways of doing this right off the bat. You can either click on add a product here, or we can do it the way you'll do it in the future. We're going to go ahead and click on products. And we're going to click on add a product. All right. Now, it's going to go ahead and start off with something as simple as the title. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and start with, let's see, something creative. We're going to go with Kitty T. All right. I'm going to add a beautiful description that I have pre-written here. It took me all night to write this beautiful description. And it's very important that you write a beautiful description full of keywords pertaining to your industry, your store, or your product. You almost want to get poetic with it. You almost want to go ahead and paint us a picture as to the benefits of this product, right? So this helps you not only in your SEO, but it also helps you connect with your target audience, and it just creates a beautiful description for your product. So here, if anyone wants to take the time to go ahead and read this, go ahead and go over this really quick while I upload our images. So here we have the media, and I can go ahead and upload an image. I'm simply going to go ahead and drag. I'm going to drag one of my images. All right. Okay. So here we have our images, right? Who here likes my design? Took me all night, so I hope some of you at least appreciate it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and upload those. I'm offering it in 3 different colors. I'm doing brown, I'm doing gray, and I'm doing white. So let's go ahead and keep scrolling down, okay? Some more important information here. We have the price, okay? What do you think of a price? Maybe a good t-shirt goes for about 20, 25, but I got a great deal. I have a great supplier. Shipping's gonna be affordable. I'm gonna go ahead and go with $16. Now, cost per item will allow you to go ahead and run the cost of goods sold reports, and so you can see your margins. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say I got a great deal. I had an MOQ of 500, so I got a $5 unit price. Boom, got your profit, you got your margins, and the compare at price. This is a question I get a lot. The compare at price is where you go ahead and advertise a higher price, but then you scratch it off and you're like, oh no, it used to be $24.99. Now it's only $16. This is completely optional. You don't have to fill this out for every product, but it does look nice sometimes when you're trying to push something or you just launch something. So in this case, I'm just going to say, I'm going to go ahead and say it was $24, right? So it was $24. It's going to go ahead and be scratched off. And then we're going to have the price of 16. Inventory, if you have your own SKU numbers, if you want to go ahead and track the inventory, but in this case, I'm going to be drop shipping from another fulfillment center, right? So you can either decide to track it here or to track it elsewhere, and this is where you actually toggle that option right there, and you can set your inventory options as well. So once again, for review for that last comment, I apologize, it was a little confusing. If you're managing your own inventory, you want to put in your quantity here and the track it. Or if you're doing something like drop shipping through Printify, Printful, Guten, any other print-on-demand apps that might actually be helping you with that, you go ahead and unclick this, and the tracking, the inventory will not track at all. So in this case, I do have 500 on hand. It's also imperative that when we get to the lower sides, that we have an accurate weight. This will make your life so much easier when it comes to shipping and calculated shipping if you're using things like USPS, UPS, or DHL. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have an accurate weight. So in this case, I have a weight of ½ a pound for my shirt, and you have the option here to go ahead and display that in ounces, kilograms, grams, and pounds. And as we keep moving forward a little bit, we have our customs information here. In case you are shipping all over the world, you get something called the harmonized system code. So you determine what your product is in case you do plan on shipping elsewhere. And now here's another good question that I get all the time. Everyone asks me, do I have to upload a product every time for every different color or every different variant? Not at all. We make it super easy for this. We go ahead and click on the options here under variants. And I'm going to go ahead and include 4 sizes. I'm going to go small, medium, large, extra large. Perfect. But now, like I mentioned before, I do have it in 3 colors. So I'm going to click on add another option, and it defaults to color, but this can be anything. It can be material, size. It can be really anything you want. But in this case, I'm going to do brown, gray, and white. So what that does, it saves you so much time because as you'll see here, all those variants are already created for you. You don't have to upload every single color, every single size, every single variant. All of that is created automatically. You can also adjust the quantity available if you want to go ahead and, once again, track your inventory. Or if you have certain sizes that cost more, such as 2XL, 3XL, you can go ahead and adjust the prices here. All right, how's everyone following along? Pretty easy, right? This is the first step of starting your store, is adding your products, adding my cat tea that I spent all night designing. Whew, my design teacher would be proud in high school. Now, we have the search engine listing preview. This is where you adjust how your actual product is going to show up on Google. This is super important for things like SEO, adding your keywords. You want this to have a very great description full of keywords, but you don't want to go ahead and just stack a bunch of keywords. That's not what we're doing here. We're not just making a list, okay? So we got to make sure that this is a cohesive sentence that not only describes your product, but it's also riddled with your keywords. In this case, it could be t-shirt, it could be apparel, it could be the city that I'm in, it could be cats, cat lovers, things like that. We have to think like a consumer. So as a consumer, for all you cat lovers that were in here, what will you search? What would you actually search for when looking for the shirt? Cat t-shirt, cat tee, things like that, correct? So you want to go ahead and make sure all those keywords are here in the title as well, and the description right over here. And there's a great help article. Actually, I'm going to link this. Once again, this is not part of the presentation, but this is a very helpful help article in case for all of you who have your Shopify stores. It's how to add keywords for SEO to your Shopify stores. And it'll walk you through the 4 different ways of doing that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and save this product, and my product is live. My site is live. Everything's great. Now, if you want to go ahead and view it, go ahead and click preview. Boom, look at that. We have our shirts. We have our beautiful description full of keywords. We have our crossed off price of $24 because they say it's a launch special. And yeah, I mean, we have that up and running. I'm going to go ahead and add another product. I'm going to go a little faster just as a review. Go ahead and click add a product. Now, every cat lover, let me see. Give me a second. Every cat lover needs coffee or tea, right? So I decided to go ahead and make a mug. And I'm going to call it, excuse the name, caffeine mug, because we all need a little caffeine to pick us up in the mornings. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to follow everything. I think I mixed up the descriptions too, but go ahead and do that. Now for my media. Okay, I have that. I'm going to go ahead and set a price of, I'm going to say $13. Compare at price. I'm not going to add it on this one, but my cost for this, say, was $6. I am going to track an inventory of another 500 because I bought 500 and 500. I was super excited about my business. I ordered 1,000 pieces to get started. Physical product, same thing. It's about half a pound. No variant for this. It's just a single mug, so there's no variance in size or color at the moment. So I'm just going to leave it like this, and then I can come back later and adjust the SEO for my site. So there's my second product. Perfect. Now, we have our products. Now, who here has created collections with us before? And let me know if this sounds familiar. We have 2 different kinds of collections we can create with Shopify, right? And collections allow us to go ahead and organize everything by color, by size, by season, by price, by the sales collection, things like that. So we have 2 of them. We have the automated, and then we have the manual collection. And I'm going to go ahead and explain to you the difference between the 2. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on collections on the left-hand side. I went to create collection. And this looks very familiar, right? Very similar to adding a product. Now, in this case, we have the option here of adding a manual or automated. So manual is great for, say, you have editor's picks, or you have, top sellers, things like that you want to go ahead and manually manage what goes in and what goes out. But say you're a big time clothing company, right? So say in a year, I have 30 shirts and 40 shirts, and I'm adding new designs every single day. That can get tedious. After you create the product, then you have to go in, it goes into the black shirts, it goes into the male section, it goes into the sales section. It gets a little tedious to go ahead and add them to all these collections. So that's when automated collections come in. So you can set different conditions for your automated collections. So when a product matches those conditions, it automatically gets added to those collections. Makes your life a million times easier. So let me go ahead and create a couple. So to start it off, I'm going to click on manual. I'm just going to go to favorites. These are my personal favorites. Once again, a beautiful description would go here, full of keywords. I'm going to go ahead and create. And you can add a collection image here on the right-hand side as well, in case you want to feature one of your products. So once we're here, we're presented with a blank slide. This is up to us to go ahead and add the products. I'm going to go ahead and browse my collections. Luckily, I only have 2 products at the moment. So my favorite is going to be the mug, right? Perfect. Mug is added. Everything is saved. And I can go ahead and view my collection. Great, right there. So now say I want to go ahead and create a different collection. And this is where we're going to learn about automated collections. This one comes really in handy. I'm going to say premium, or I'm going to say, extra, or say anything. In this case, I'm just going to do premium because I want to make it by price. I'm going to do automated collection. The condition is as follows. I want the product price. You can choose greater than, equal to, less than. I'm going to do greater than $15. Now watch this. If you remember correctly, my T was 16, right? So watch this. As soon as I go ahead and create this and that condition is met, automatically my product gets added to this collection. Now imagine the implications this has for your business. You can set automated collections to be populated by tags, by price, by the weight, the variant title, if it has certain words. Imagine how easy that makes your life. So in my personal store, I have one that says if this product has a tag equal to, and if that tag might be black t-shirt, or it might be Los Angeles, or it might be any tag that you actually create in your product, it'll automatically populate. So all I have to do is add my product and it automatically goes into all my collections. And yes, I see beauty BBB. You can create multiple conditions. You go here. And you also have the option not only to add multiple conditions, you have to match either one condition or all the conditions. So this is where you can get really intricate with your automated collections. So in this case, I want to do a product greater than 15, but it must also have the product tag of premium. And then if it meets those two, it'll go in. If it meets either one, it'll also go in, depending on that option that you toggle there. Okay, so that's collections. That's how we go ahead and organize our products. Come very helpful. Like I said, if anyone's in apparel, you'll know that it's men's, women's, children. It goes by season, it goes by color, it goes by fit, by material. You can go ahead and organize your products any way that you want. Now, our site is looking a little empty. So if we go here into the eyeball, looking a little empty. I'm going to go ahead and create a page first. And I'm going to call that the About Us page, right? You want to go ahead and tell your customers what you stand for, what you do, what makes you different, your mission, values, and your goals for your brand. So on the left-hand side, we're going to click on Online Store and Pages. We're going to cover everything else. Don't worry. As the session goes on, we'll cover the rest of the admin. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and create a page. I want this page to be About Us. Oh yeah, and this banner right here, it says online store is password protected, meaning right now it's currently being built and therefore no one can access it unless you have that password. So no one will see your page in progress. So simple enough. Once again, it looks very similar to the creating collections, creating products. I'm going to go ahead and add this page, right? I'm going to go ahead and name it About Us. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of content as to what we do, what we stand for. Boom. Once again, you can go ahead and edit the SEO of your site, adjusting keywords, adjusting the layout. Say in case you like vertical lines instead of this dash, go in there and change it. And then I'm going to add an image. I'm going to add an image right here in the middle. Let me just pull up my image. Perfect. Drag and drop. We only have 2 limitations. The only limitations we have on images is it has to be under 20 megabytes and under 20 megapixels. So as long as it's under 20 megabytes, under 20 megapixels, you're good to go. So we can add alt text here for SEO purposes. You want to go ahead and let Google know what's in the actual image. And then we're going to go ahead and choose a size at which we're going to go ahead and input it. You can go original, or you can go ahead and adjust the size here. I'm going to leave it at large. Insert the image. Beautiful. Beautiful description, beautiful cat picture. Great. So now we have an About Us page. Okay, great. About Us. I'm going to go ahead and create another page just to go ahead and show you. And I'm going to go ahead and create the Contact Us page. Very, very important. Same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and us. And this is probably going to be one of your most sought after pages right after your About Us. Perfect. So we'd love to hear from you. Great. Now, it's very important that when you go ahead and create that Contact Us page, you go ahead and click on Page Contact for the template. This will allow you to go ahead and insert a contact form that will actually send you an email when someone fills it out. So it's as simple as this. If I just want to keep it simple like this, drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. Click on Save. Great. Now we have a Contact Us page. So how long has this all taken us? It's been 28 minutes. We have a halfway looking site. We're going to fill this out, don't worry. Okay, so now after we created these pages, after we created collections and some products, we're going to go ahead and create some blog posts. Now, blog posts help with your site's SEO by once again adding keywords and increasing your organic traffic to your site. So say I want to go ahead and write about cats, right? Everyone else here has brands, jewelry, has apparel, has a lot of different brands. They can write about a lot of things, such as your suppliers. You can talk about your story. You can talk about your mission. You can talk about your story of getting to where you are. You can really talk about anything, as long as, number one, you're bringing value and it's pertinent to your brand somehow. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add a Blog Post. So why science cats, right? I'm going to do... Perfect. Add a little bit of content. I actually did have to write all this, so I hope all of you appreciate my test store. Okay. And I'm going to add an image once again. Okay. So I can add him here as well as add the actual featured image to the blog. So I'm going to add it in the actual blog. I go in here, another beautiful cat photo. I'm going to insert as large as well. We can adjust the image alt text later. Cats are composed of iron, lithium, and neon. Feline is the tagline. And this is the actual excerpt that will be featured like in your homepage or when you share the actual blog. So go ahead and fill that out as well. Perfect. Great. So our blog is actually ready to go. It's currently hidden, so in case you want to go ahead and share it with your friends, or in case you actually want to go ahead and edit it or see the actual layout, I hit it for now, but then I can go ahead and publish it here, or I can actually schedule it for a date in advance. I can set the date. I'm going to launch it Halloween or the weekend of at 11 a.m. Perfect. So all of you come back in about 28 days to come read my cat blog. Okay, great. Now, enough about cats, right? Let's go ahead and get into the actual navigation of your store. So once we have your pages, we have your blogs, we have your products, we have collections. Now, how do we actually add all this to your menu system? You see here in our actual homepage, we only have home and catalog at the moment. Now, this is where we go in and dive into navigation. It'll be under online store here, navigation. You can choose either your footer or your main menu, footer being the one down here, and main menu, of course, being this one. I'm going to go ahead and click on main menu. Under catalog, I'm going to go ahead and add my collections, my premium collection and my favorites collection. So I'm going to add a menu item. I'm going to say favorites. Here under link, you just click on it and you can see everything that you can link to, or you can insert a hyperlink. So I'm going to go to collections. I'm going to go to my favorites collections that I just went ahead and created. I'm going to add it. And I'm going to do the same one for my premium collection. Link, collection, premium products. Okay, great. So now these are actually in our main menu. Now, drop-down menus is something that's very common. So all we have to do to go ahead and create a drop-down menu is actually grab the item that you wish to nest under the other item and then move it slightly to the right. You can see here, it was nested under catalog. Boom. Great. So now watch this. I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. And now under catalog, we find our two collections we created. And same process for blogs, same process for the About Us page. I'm going to do About Us. Link it to my pages, link it to About Us. Add another item. I'm going to do the Contact Us that we created as well. Go under Pages, Contact Us. And there you have it. You have a fully functioning menu system to start your store with. Looks a lot better, right? We have our catalog here, About Us, Contact Us. Great. So what are we missing? We need to cover our domains before we cover our themes. So those are going to be the next two things we're going to go ahead and cover, okay? So a lot of you probably are asking yourselves, okay, well, I don't want my site to go ahead and say, I love cats at myshopify.com. Remember what I said in the beginning. This is actually your username. This is what we use to identify you. Sometimes when you contact support, we might ask you for this URL, but that doesn't have to be your domain. So if we actually go to online store, follow me to domains, we have two different options. We can either import an existing domain that you might have with GoDaddy or any other domain registrar, or you can go ahead and buy a new one. So in this case, if I have one at GoDaddy, I click on connect. It tells me all the instructions that I need to do, the DNS settings that I need to actually create in GoDaddy to go ahead and link it over here. You don't need to transfer it over here to us. You can definitely keep your domain anywhere it lives. It can be Squarespace, GoDaddy, 2cows, domain.com, anything like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and buy a domain. For this one, say, I love cats. And you can see here it's available. And you can just go ahead and click it there. It'll be registered for $14 every year, and it'll bill immediately. And then your site will actually be ilovecats.com. Simple enough, right? Connecting a domain is super easy. I know sometimes it's a daunting task sometimes because people think, I have to go into DNS or change the A records or the C names and things like that. When you buy from us, it's simple. If you connect it as well, we give you the instructions right there. All right. What do we want to talk about? Themes? How's everyone doing today? Following along? All right. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling. How's this Thursday going? Yeah, What's everyone's coffee? Where are you guys drinking from? Let me see. Just says $14 a year all the time for a domain. Yes, it's $14 for the domain. Jackie says, can you preview connecting existing web domains again? I wouldn't need a live domain. So let me see. I can go in here, connect an existing domain. I'm just going to do mine, or we'll do Shopify.com. I'm definitely going to move. Oh yeah, so it's not letting me. Go ahead and actually book a one-on-one with us, and we'll actually walk you through all that. It's just because I need an actual live domain to actually go into the DNS and show you all those steps. So if you can either book a one-on-one or go to our booth or email one of us, so we can go ahead and do that. Yeah, so Max is going to go ahead and give you that link. All right. Someone from Ontario. Someone's got Tim Hortons. I tried it. I was in Vancouver last August. It was amazing. Vancouver, not Tim Hortons. So Candace from California. Amanda from Texas. Amanda, what part of Texas? I love Austin. I love that place. Philadelphia. We got someone 850 Coffee. Miami. We got Dallas. Okay. Nice. Dallas is great. I might move. I'm not moved, but I might go visit Fort Worth in a bit. Portland's beautiful. I love Portland. I'm there once a year at least. I have a lot of photographer friends out there. Drinking bulletproof coffee. Oh, that's always the best. One-on-ones are complimentary for sure. Definitely check it out. Amanda from LA. I'm down the street. I'm in East LA, Montebello. Savannah, Georgia. All right. Fort Worth. Yeah, definitely. All right, everyone. So we just took a little break. I wanted to go ahead and see how everyone's doing before we go ahead and tackle themes and some of the actual orders, customers, analytics, marketing, all that good stuff. So we have about 23 minutes to go ahead and finish the second half. So if you have any questions, Max is on it. Turks and Caicos Islands. Wow. Never heard of that. Nashville. Beautiful. I have a friend in Nashville. I need to go visit him. He moved from Arizona to Nashville, and when I wanted to go visit him, he's like, hey, I'm in Nashville now. I'm drinking the local favorite here called La Monarca Bakery. For those of you in LA, you know La Monarca very well. All right, everyone. Now, themes. Probably one of the biggest things we have to do when building a store. If you follow me again to online store and themes, you will see this menu setup. We have your current theme, that is the one that's live. And then we have something called the theme library. If you have other themes that you're working on, other themes that you downloaded, other themes that you want to test out, they will show up in your theme library right here. So just as a heads up, you can be working on your site without affecting your live theme. So you can actually copy your live theme and actually edit it independently. So you can build, say, for everyone here with existing brands, say Valentine's Day is coming up, or say Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, any sort of big event that you want to go ahead and completely change your website, you don't have to do it the day of. You can definitely go ahead and go in there, copy your theme, build it out, and then just launch it the day of. It's pretty great. So if you haven't explored, you can go ahead and go here to our free themes to explore that. We have 9 free themes at the moment, and they're all great. I personally like Brooklyn. Brooklyn's amazing. It has a very good hero image, and it's a very big hero image. But you can find all our themes at themes.shopify.com. This is where you'll find our 9 free ones, and we have 64 paid themes. They range from $150 to $180, and that's a one-time fee, one-time payment. And the best part is, if you like one, say for instance, I like Streamline, and I want to test it out, I can click on Try Theme, and it'll actually download to my theme library. So remember earlier when I said it was the theme library here? We can actually download Streamline into our theme library, and the only thing we can't do is publish it. So the benefit of that is that you can actually go in there, build your site out completely, and if you like the user face, if you like the features, if you like the actual view of it, you don't have to pay for it until you publish it. So it's pretty great because you can try as many as you want, and then you can go ahead and just choose the best one, pay for the one you like that you already built your store on, and then publish it. So remember, you don't have to buy the theme. to download it, you just click on Try Theme. So in this case, you know what, I'm going to try Streamline. Oh, no, it's not going to let me. Okay. Current theme, I'm going to go ahead and customize. You also have access to your theme code if any of you know coding. If you click on Actions, Edit Code, you have full access to your code for any special integrations, any special edits, anything you want to go ahead and do. Just a quick tip. So I'm going to click on Customize here, and we're going to get to customizing. This is our actual website editor. Everything is broken down into sections on the left-hand side. As you can see here, we have our header, image with text overlay, featured collections. All these sections are actually completely independent, so you can move them around, organize them any way you want. You can also choose to feature them or not. So say you have something that you're launching a product, but you don't want to show it on the website yet, but you just want to queue it up. You can go ahead and click on that eyeball and just have that section ready to go. And whenever you want to add a section, you click on there, and then every theme will have a different amount or a different kind of sections you can add. A lot of them are pretty standard, like galleries, blog posts, featured blogs, featured collections, featured products, things like that. But for the most part, they vary a little bit. But in this case, say I want to add a newsletter. Boom, look at that. So instead of having it down here, I want to move it here. Or I want to add a map, add that map right there. Add testimonials, add your testimonials right there. I'm actually going to add these. Perfect. Now, when you click on each different section, the individual settings will be in there. So I'm going to click on testimonial. This is where you cut and paste your actual text. And you'll see it right here change. Perfect. So say I want to go ahead and add an image, right? I'm going to go ahead and add an image. Beautiful. How beautiful does that look? Great, I'm going to go ahead and click on header. So the header pertains to everything up here. I'm going to go ahead and add my logo. I actually took the time to go ahead and create a logo for Science Cats. Let's see. Boom, you have your logo set up. You can adjust the size of it. And you can also even adjust the announcement. So the announcement bar allows you to go ahead and have an announcement here for all your customers, free shipping. You click on it, you can also add a link to a certain page. You can link to a page or a hyperlink somewhere else, but this is completely optional. Change the color here. Really make it pop. How's everyone doing? Pretty nice editor, right? Set everything up, add images, move sections around. Pretty intuitive, I would say. Now, the second part of this theme editor that I want to cover is these theme settings. This is where the actual settings of your overall store will live. We have things like colors, typography, your social media links. So say, for instance, I want to go to Shopify. I'm actually just going to do this. So now, as soon as you put in your hyperlink to these social accounts, you can see here on the bottom right, my actual Instagram icon came up because I added the link. So if you click on that, it'll go to Shopify's Instagram. And say I want, Halloween colors. I want to go ahead and click on the background. I want to make the whole background black or red or something. Let me see. Okay, now it's a great website for sure. And I love Helvetica New. I'm going to go ahead and change that. Oh, it's already in Helvetica. Look at that. Americana looks nice too. Simple enough, right? Someone give me a thumbs up. Let me know if there's anything you want me to cover really quick before I exit the theme editor. So you can see how intuitive it can be. If you already have your assets, you already have your images, you already have your copy, it's a matter of going in here, dropping it in here. Someone says moving pictures. You can do videos for sure. And then you can do slideshows. Yes, we have slideshows if that's what you're referring to. Add section, slideshow. Boom. You can add the 2 slides right now, but I'm going to add one more slide, another slide, another slide. So now I have a 5-slide slideshow in our homepage. And like I mentioned before, I can go ahead and grab the slideshow and put it right up top. Does that answer your question? How big does an image slide or slideshow have to be? It varies with the theme, so definitely test it out with your theme. But usually we just say, the highest quality image you can go ahead and put in there. Let me see. Gotcha. Yeah, so everything might have different settings that they might need. Yeah, thank you, Max. So each theme has documentation, and if you go to the theme creator, they'll actually break it down, the different sizes they recommend for each individual section. All right, everyone. So if everyone's good with the theme editor, I'm going to go ahead and leave. I'm actually going to save this. Tevin says, can videos go into that section as well? Yes, some themes allow for video sections. Definitely look for a theme that allows you to do that. Some themes will have the autoplay feature as well. So some of them will actually just autoplay, and there is coding to do that as well. So if you go to community.shopify.com, another pro tip here, once again, this is all live, wasn't planning on that question. If I go to community.shopify.com, it's full of employees, developers, merchants. It's full of a lot of people that have similar questions to the one you just asked. So if I go here to adding videos, people will, there you go, product videos, adding videos to debut theme. That's actually the theme we were on right now. So I would go here, and then in this thread, you'll find, look at this, even coding, pieces of code, where to inject it. So in this case, you go to edit code, go to the footer, inject all this, and apparently it'll allow you to go ahead and input those videos. So definitely don't sleep on the community.shopify. And you'd be surprised, like sometimes I'm talking to people and they're like, hey, I can't figure this out. And I automatically think, okay, there must be a piece of code that I can inject here. But I myself am not a coder. I don't understand it, but I go in here, someone already had the answer. I copied the code, pasted it, followed directions. And next thing you know, the website's working how they want it. So definitely grab this. I'm going to drop this in the chat as well. Simple, just community.shopify.com. So you can check it out. All right, we're going up on 12 minutes, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and do a high-level overview of the other tabs in our admin. Keep the questions coming. Max is in the chat right here, doing everything live. And if there's something I can cover live for you right here with the screen on, I'll definitely do it as well. Okay, back to our admin, right? So we have our theme here. We have the debut theme, added our colors, added our images. We say connected a domain, added products, adjusted our menu system. We did all that good stuff. So what are these tabs right here? So first and foremost, we have our orders tab. This is where you'll actually see the orders coming in. You'll be able to see the product information. You're going to be able to see the customers. You're going to be able to see basically like what you have to do for the day. And here's something really cool that I get asked a lot. Can you invoice with Shopify? Absolutely. If I go to draft orders, I can click on create order. Doesn't want me. It's probably because I don't have a plan yet, but you can create an order and you can choose what products, who to email the invoice to, and you can even add custom features like, custom products. So say you don't have a specific product for what you're invoicing them for. Okay, cool, no problem. Add custom item, add the price, add the quantity, boom. Email the invoice, or you can take a payment over the phone. It's great for people who do pickups, great for people who do like restaurants, everything like that. And under the same tab with orders, you can go ahead and click on abandoned checkouts. These are all the people who have actually left things in their cart, inputted their information, their email, and you'll be able to see it here. So this is a great opportunity for you to go ahead and send re-engagement emails to say, hey, you forgot something. Hey, you left this here. Here's 15% off. Here's 20% off, to go ahead and get those abandoned carts back. And Shopify also does this automatically. Shopify will automatically send you abandoned cart emails at I believe it's 1, 6, and 24 hours. You can go ahead and toggle which one you would like. Actually, I'm going to show you really quick before I forget. So since we're talking about abandoned checkouts, I'm going to go to Settings, Notifications, Abandoned checkouts. This is the email they get when they actually abandon a checkout. Now, if you want to go ahead and adjust the settings, it's in checkout settings. Come on. Doesn't want to do it now. It's shy. There you go. Pretty neat, right? And you can also configure this with other email marketing providers. Doesn't want to show it to me now. There you go. Yeah, I'll have to send you the actual help article for that. See, this is why I don't like getting off track. Anyways, we're gonna move on to customers. Yeah, Max. Thanks. So if I go to customers, this is where you'll be able to see all the customers who have purchased or who have signed up for your email marketing. Anyone who has gone here, inputted their email, or you have a pop-up such as Privy or any other sort of pop-up. These are all the pop-ups you can use. You can download apps like this that will actually have a pop-up to go ahead and collect those emails. This is where you'll be able to see all your customers. You can see the amount of orders they've done, their order history. You can see their address, the email, phone number, all that good stuff. And all of this actually syncs over to email marketing, the email marketing apps. So in case you do have Klaviyo, OmniSend, and you do have Shopify email, it'll pull from this list and send out email marketing to your customer list. Okay. Now, analytics. Very, very important right here. I'm going to go ahead and choose a time frame. You can go and run a report for the last 30 days if you want to see how your report was, your month was. See the total sales, how many people actually visited your store, and some of the most important things you can go ahead and analyze, of course, is your conversion rate and your average order value. Does anyone know? Here's a pop quiz. Does anyone know the average conversion rate? This number, I believe I got it earlier this year. I gave a presentation. So anyone know the average conversion rate for e-commerce? I know it ranges from retail. It ranges from apparel, food. It all ranges. Give me some numbers. Tevin says 2%. 1.7. All right, give me one more number. 3. Well, pretty close. So some of the numbers is usually between 2 and 3%. 2.5 is about industry average. So that's how you go ahead and gauge your conversion rate, right? And you can see how good your site is optimized. And average order value, of course, depends on the value of your actual products. You can see the total number of orders. And then if you actually scroll down, you can see things such as where your traffic is coming from. If it's coming from a social source, as well as top products sold. This data is super, super important for you to shape your marketing, to shape your actual. You can even deduct, use your reasoning to go ahead and say, hey, like my conversion rate is really low. Let's go ahead and check out sorry, I can't even speak right now. My website to go ahead and see what could be stopping them. Hey, my abandoned checkouts are high. What is stopping them? So we can go ahead and really, really make some educated guesses or inferences about your website based on all the analytics. You can run reports. You can print reports. These are the different ones. You can even create a custom report right here. You can present them to your team. And live view is really nice because you can see how many people are actually on your site at the moment. There's 2 sessions today. That's just me. But then if you do have live visitors, it'll show where they're from. It'll show you how many people are actually on your website at the moment. Marketing. Getting to the home stretch here. Marketing allows you to connect things such as Snapchat ads, email marketing, Google and Facebook, Instagram. You go ahead and connect them, and you can run campaigns directly from the Shopify admin, and you can go ahead and track your numbers there. So you can see here, create campaign. What kind of campaign are we creating? Is it a Snapchat? Is it Facebook marketing? Is it Shopify email, Klaviyo, OmniSend? The list goes on and on. Discounts, we have 3 different kinds of discounts. 4 different types of discounts, sorry. A percentage, fixed amount, buy one, get one, and free shipping. The cool thing is that you can set your value, you can set a minimum purchase, you can actually schedule them for the future as well, usage limits, and you can even assign them to specific customers. Say you have a VIP who has 50 orders in the last 24 hours or something like that, and you want to send them a very special discount code, you can assign that customer. So you can choose the customer and send them that specific code, only they can use it. And the last bit right here are the apps. Apps will allow you to do everything that Shopify core does not allow you to. Apps can be found at apps.shopify.com. And they range from, say, QuickBooks integrations to pop-ups to email marketing to custom options to, say, I want to have infinite options for my products. You want to build a custom shirt that's black in the size and did certain graphics and things like that. There's apps. A lot of these apps are paid. Some are free. So just keep an eye out for that. But anything that you can think of, there's an app for that. And on that note, if you have any further questions, definitely book a one-on-one with one of us. You can also visit us in the booth, in the expo booth, if you have any questions about anything that you need more explanation on. And we can definitely answer any questions you may have. Any other questions before? Let me see, we have 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and have a quick 3-minute round. Jackie says, how do we visit you in the booth? I believe if you paid, you can visit the booth. If you're not a paid attendee, I don't think the booth is available at the moment, unfortunately. Let me see. Carrie says, what are popular drop shipping companies? Are you referring to where people ship from? AliExpress, of course, being number 1. We do have a drop shipping course at la.shopify.com. Definitely go check that out. Matt, way to see a report that shows reason for return input. I don't believe so. No, I don't believe we have a report for returns. So it's mostly sales, mostly traffic, mostly things like that. Candice, how to get the privacy policy in the footer? Great question. I can cover that really quickly, everyone. If you want to look at my screen, if I go to settings, and as soon as my internet wants to go, legal, under settings and legal, you'll find your policies. And I'll actually do this, help policies. This is the help article on how to add store policies to your site. I go here, privacy policy. I can create it from a template, or you can go ahead and input your own. I'm going to save it. And remember, from the beginning of this presentation, you have to go to online store navigation and go to footer menu. Boom. I'm going to go to footer menu, add the policy, add the privacy policy. Well, in checkout, is there a way to add gift wrapping and add a fee associated with the holidays quickly approaching? Heather, definitely. I don't have the time for it. I only have 1 more minute. Go ahead and book a one-on-one, or DM one of us, and we'll get you all helped out. Make an appointment, or can we stop by and visit your staff in Los Angeles? Davi, we don't unfortunately have the office open right now due to Corona, but you can definitely go to la.shopify, and then we can go ahead and have a 45-minute consultation with you over Google Hangouts. Those are pretty great. Carrie says, website for checking out drop shipping. So we have AliExpress is a great drop shipping website. But if you're looking for the actual course, it's la.shopify.com under classes. It'll be dropshipping 101. All right, everyone, I'm out of time. Thank you so much. We'll be here all day. If you want to go ahead and have questions, add us on LinkedIn and go ahead and DM us. Thank you, everyone.